Hello and a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Funky Gamer right now across Mixer, YouTube and Twitch. My name is Ricky and we're back for another Let's Play session. Now, for those of you that may or may not have either watched or joined in last time that we did something like this a couple of days ago, we streamed Monday, Wednesday, Friday for those interested. But last time we played on Monday, we completed our Let's Play through of L.A. Noire, an amazing game that I have loved for the longest time, and it was awesome to be able to go through the remastered edition that came out last year and actually broadcast it across my streaming platform. So for anybody that's checked out that series, thank you so much, and any feedback that I've received, most of it has been really fantastic. So again, thank you very much. So that then begs the question, what next, right? I mean, what next? So the answer is quite simply, as you can see right in front of you, Broken Sword 5. We're going to be moving on to this because it's a game that I've wanted to replay for some time now. And yeah, old school adventure is definitely my kind of thing. This is certainly a little bit of a strange thing to stream, I guess. It's not really that often you see point and clicks being streamed, but we're going to go ahead anyway. Quick proviso before we start, I did do a test stream earlier in this week, or over the weekend should I say, whereby we did play this for about an hour. I'm actually going to be starting again just for posterity, and because that was a test stream, there were some audio issues and such that I obviously didn't want to kind of put into things like YouTube vids for Let's Plays and such. So that's why we're starting again, because at least I can do it with everything in pretty much working order from my perspective. With that said, without further ado, let us start this wonderful game. Probably should have done this bit before I started the stream. So new game. That's absolutely fine. Oh yeah. Is anyone else excited? Because I'm excited. I love this kind of thing.
We must go now. Papa!
Tiago, go with your mother to the trap. Take this. It will always be your guide.
Yes, Papa.
We will join you shortly. Xavier, the painting. La maledicción. This way.
Senora, it is too late. Go.
No! Papa!
Senor, in here.
Search them. Of course. Paris in the spring. passion, romance, l'amour. I was working in art insurance. It paid the rent, just about. And then, by chance, I met Nico at a private view.
You didn't tell me that you were back in Paris, George?
We should catch up. Let's have lunch.
Nobody move!
Non, monsieur, not la malédiction. Oh.
Stay back.
Once again, Paris.
The bad guy is always British. Right, he's always British.
A senseless murder. Nico and I were about to be drawn into a new and terrifying adventure together. The gallery owner was dead. I guess sometimes playing the hero doesn't pay. My company had insured the exhibition, so I had a crime to solve. The cops would be here soon. I didn't have much time.
Okay, so, as I mentioned earlier, we have had a crack at playing this, about an hour's worth, so I'm going to remember the majority of this from my weekend play, but maybe that's not a bad thing, because it means that the first act should be fairly speedy. With a bit of luck, anyway. So the premise is, as you've just seen,
This was where the stolen painting had hung.
we are playing as a guy called George Stobart, a guy that works within art insurance, and he is within a art gallery in Paris when a very famous painting is taken.
It was removed. I needed to find out why it hadn't.
And unfortunately for me, I talked over an important bit, but if you didn't see that, basically what he's saying is the alarm that was meant to protect the painting from theft did not work as intended. Which of course is something of a problem, so we need to see whether we can solve this little mystery.
So, the alarm wasn't broken. I suspected foul play.
I too suspect foul play, George. I think you're onto something.
So that was why the alarm hadn't sounded. A wire had been cut by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. This was an inside job.
That's because we're inside, George. It would make no sense to call this an outside job, let's be honest. But that said, the man raises a good point.
The door was locked with a keypad. The wires from the camera ran into the room behind. It must have captured the whole robbery. If I could get the code to the keypad, I might be able to shed some light on the crime. Excuse me, Father.
It still baffles me that that's how a priest would act at a death
Yes, my
scene.
son.
It's like
I'm
he's
George Stobart.
exercising the body or
My
something.
company insured the exhibition.
My name is Simeon.
As funny as that would be.
Is there anything I can do?
You can pray for his soul.
A senseless murder.
On the contrary, this killing makes plenty of sense.
What do you mean?
A great evil has taken place. This is the work of the devil.
What?
I am a Dominican priest. I know these things. And now, excuse me, I must pray.
1 minute I'd been planning dinner with Nico. The next I was talking art.
Hey, Reese.
And the devil.
Cheers for saying hi, bud. Thanks for tuning in. Well, yeah, we've only just started. Although, to be fair, I went live at like 9:15 tonight. I'm not going to lie, you've had your opportunity. Anyway, don't know if you've ever played anything like this. Old school point and click.
Poor guy. In Henri's pocket was a tiny bottle. It was a bottle of Brett. The label claimed it would wake the beast within.
Sounds like something that I should be carrying. Oh, Andy's got a note.
There was a small piece of paper in the dead man's hand. It was too intriguing not to take a look. It read, 2:30 p.m., be ready.
Yes. Good man. Monkey Island. What a great game series. You'd probably enjoy this then,
There was
actually.
something fishy going on around here, and it wasn't just the canapes. I quickly replaced the note.
So, on the dead guy, we found a bottle of eau de toilette, because he is French, and a crumpled note that says something about 2:30.
I didn't need to look at the note a second time. It wasn't tough to remember. 2:30
Rub it
p.m.,
in,
be
George.
ready. A cryptic note in a bottle of overpowering cologne. No personal effects or anything else of substance. I definitely needed to check out that office.
Fortunately for us, it has a padlock on it, which means the getting in is not going to be simple. Right, yeah, so let's talk to this guy who's clearly awake.
It was Hector Lane, France's greatest art critic. We'd met before. It hadn't ended well. For a moment, I thought he was dead. But from the snoring, I guessed he'd only fainted.
Yes, typically, George, dead people do not snore. I don't know whether this is a little known fact in your part of the world.
Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around.
Can I search him first? Yes. I'm asking this like I've not played it.
In the pocket was a pair of nail clippers. They were monogrammed with the letters HL.
Nice pair of nail clippers there. You never know when you need a good pair of nail clippers. I don't think there's anything else.
Lane was out cold. I was going to need something to bring him around.
I have just the ticket, actually. It's called the Eau de Toilette that we've just robbed.
Time to awaken the beast. What?
Anybody that needs a wall to stand up. I'm not even going to explain that.
What was that? It smells like the 70s. Where am I?
You fainted. Welcome back to the land of the living.
I wouldn't exactly call this living. Don't just stand there. Get me something to eat. I've had a terrible shock, you know.
You're asking me for food.
The thief left the pizza box behind. I wondered what was in it. Well, no surprise there. Pizza. The guy must have been hungry. There was only one slice left.
At least there wasn't a hole in the bottom of the box. Now that would have been an entirely different story. I know, right? What a fat git. And I'm not just saying that, like, to be fattest, because quite clearly, he is fattest. I'm going to demonstrate this by handing him a piece of cold pizza provided to us by a robber. Here you go, mate.
I found a slice of pizza.
I asked for food, boy, not a cardboard simulacrum.
Oh, okay, if you don't want it.
I didn't say that. Now give it here. Given the circumstances, that was surprisingly acceptable. Now, what's been going on? Oh, Henri, is he
Dead? Afraid so.
poor?
No,
chap.
he's just sleeping.
Just like him to steal the limelight, though.
Is that what he did with it? Did he actually put it in his jacket? Oh, that's disgusting.
Excuse me.
I need to question him about
Do
this.
I know you?
Some
Yes,
horrible
our paths
morals.
have crossed in the Glees Gallery.
Of course, the man with the absinthe. I don't suppose you...
Afraid not.
Pity. I'm sorry, but I'm having trouble remembering your name.
I'm George Stobart. I insured the exhibition.
I hope you have deep pockets then, my boy.
Could I ask you a few questions, Mr. Lane?
Fire away.
Question number 1. Why do you place cold pieces of pizza into your inside jacket pocket instead of into your mouth?
Did you know the gallery owner?
Of course, we worked together on the exhibition.
Oh, really?
Henri provided the space. I was the creative powerhouse.
How long had you known him?
As a friend, many years. Our professional relationship had only recently blossomed into this exhibition under my curatorial wing. And now the poor
Your
fellow...
curatorial bingo wings.
If Lane was involved with the gallery, then he had to know the code to that door. So, you help run this place? Maybe you can give me the code to that door.
The code to the office?
I just thought you might have the number.
I do, but I couldn't possibly give you access before the police arrive.
I figured I wasn't going to get the door code from Lane by playing nice. I needed to turn the heat up. Mr. Lane, you're really going to have to give me the code to that door.
And why, pray, should I do that?
Because the way the cops will see it, you're the prime suspect. We both know you're innocent, Mr. Lane, but the cops, well, they may not see things so simply. I might be able to get them off your case, but in exchange, I'd like the code for the office door.
But that's preposterous. The police would have neither evidence nor motive.
Funny you should mention that.
Because they have both. And do you know what they're going to do? They're going to give you an emergency gastric bypass.
Are these your nail clippers, Mr. Lane?
Yes, they have my initials monogrammed on them.
Huh. The perfect implement for cutting the alarm on the stone painting.
What are you saying?
Well, the alarm was sabotage, Mr. Lane. It was an inside job.
Are you accusing me? How dare you? I had no reason to kill Henri, no motive whatsoever.
Okay, but I don't think the cops will see it like that. And I sure would like that door code.
Tell me about your movements.
This is an inside job for sure, Mr. Lane. The police are going to be very interested in your recent movements.
I've been out of town for several days, and last night I retired early.
Just saying.
You're not going to scare me into giving you that door code, you know.
I was onto something here, and I knew it. Lane was sweating. It wasn't pretty.
Especially that pizza in his pocket as well. Ugh.
How about it, Mr. Lane? Ready to give me the door code yet?
Certainly not. Give me a single reason why I should.
Guilty by way of nail clippers.
I've been away from Paris for several days and only got back this morning. How could I have cut that wire?
With your nail clippers? That's what I'm saying to you. Idiot.
The street was quiet and upmarket. Not the kind of place for an opportunist thief.
Oh, Reese, check this out. The name of the toilet here. It is a pissoir. It is a pissoir. Okay, so
I've always...
I don't know what he just said. Hello, waiter. I would like some information. Is that racist?
Excuse me.
Monsieur?
There's just been a robbery at the gallery.
Oh, really?
You don't sound surprised.
All property is theft, monsieur. And all art is property. Therefore, all art is theft. Do you not agree?
Well, when you put it like that, it's hard not to.
Tell me what you know about Henry. Henry.
The gallery
Henry.
Henri was shot dead trying to stop the robbery.
Life has no meaning the moment you lose the illusion of being eternal.
Right. Did you know him well?
Can we ever truly know another human being, monsieur? He spent little time at the cafe, unlike his friend, Monsieur Lane.
You know about Lane? Give me the goods.
What do you know about Hector Lane?
Lane? Oh, yes. He drinks here sometimes. He slid away last night without paying.
Last night? What sort of time?
After midnight, for sure. If you see him, give him this bill, and tell him to pay up next time.
Hey, Finney. How you doing, mate? Thanks for the restream, as always. Appreciate it.
The check was from last
Hope you're well.
night. But Lane told me he was nowhere near the gallery. This could be the leverage I needed to get the office door code from Lane. Did you see anybody run out of the gallery earlier?
Just FYI, Finn, we have started this again.
There was a beautiful woman.
Just for posterity.
With a camera. She was chasing somebody.
I've probably used that word out of context, but I don't care. It sounds fancy.
You know her? You surprised me.
Can you tell me anything about the man she was chasing?
I assume, monsieur, that like all of us, he is inherently unknowable.
No wonder this guy's cafe was empty. What do you know about Le Lizard Bleu?
It's bourgeois, vacuous, and overpriced. Just like its curator Lane. He's always in here, you know, talking art to his latest flusier.
So you and Lane aren't best of pals, huh?
The man is a second-rate critic, peddling meaningless aphorisms.
Very French way of saying someone's an arsehole.
Would you like a squirt of this?
Are you suggesting I smell, monsieur?
No, sorry. Do you recognize these?
They are nail clippers.
Thank you for your consistent indifference, monsieur.
Perhaps next time you come, I will give you a coffee. Perhaps not.
Okay. Time to go confront Lane about his little lie again.
Take a look at this.
What of it?
It's your bill from the cafe next door.
So?
It's dated yesterday. Last night, in fact. 12:30 to be exact. You said you were out of town. You sure drank a lot of champagne last night without paying the bill. But you told me that you were away from Paris last night. I hate to say it, but that sounds like a lie to me. Tell you what, you give me the code to the door, and the police need never know. A motive and proof of involvement. Not looking good, Mr. Lane.
You are a blackmailer, Stobart.
Just doing my job.
All right. You have me. The number is 6397. But I admit to none of these.
I tried to remember this last time. I was like, 1697, 1697, 1697. I need a pen.
So I had to work fast. What was that number again? 642. No.
Everyone, hold it right there.
Damn it.
I am Inspector Navet of the Paris Serious Crime Squad, and I hereby declare this crime scene open. Closed. Now, nobody move, especially you on the floor. Mo, I want a total lockdown. Nobody in or out.
That clearly made me
Apart
chuckle.
from me, of course.
I needed to get back into the gallery, but a familiar
I'm very well, thank you, Finney.
door.
I'm all good, mate.
It was Sergeant
Glad you're
Lee.
good.
Our paths had
Thanks
crossed
as always for
before.
tuning in. It's always awesome to have you. Me. Sergeant Me.
Sergeant Moo, we meet again.
Aha, Madame Collard. An unexpected pleasure.
It's a lie,
I
isn't
was
it,
in the
really? Me?
gallery
It's a lie.
At the time of the theft. Can I get back in?
I am sorry, but I am under strict orders from Inspector Navet. Nobody in, nobody out. And I must correct you, madame. It is no longer just a theft. It is a murder.
Mon Dieu! That poor man! I witnessed the crime. I've got to get back in there.
I'm sure you can make an official statement in good time.
I saw the thief. I think I can help the investigation.
I am implacable, Madame Collard.
It's a big word.
Who is Inspector Navet?
The most promising young investigator on the
You
force.
are definitely a regular Finn,
genius,
and
a
I am
man
massively
with
grateful for it.
almost
Seriously, man.
superhuman insight.
He sounds
To have one
highly
person
perspicacious.
to talk to. And my buddy Reese
Madame,
is also tuning in on Twitch.
for us to talk
He's
about
also awesome.
Inspector
Thanks,
Sweaty
thanks guys. I really appreciate you taking time
He
out
is
of your
about
evenings
to
as always.
solve
Just
his
to
third
say hi.
case in as many days.
So, what's he got that the other investigators don't have?
Blood spatter. He is the world expert. He reads the entrails of the crime scene like a book.
I really need to get into the gallery and speak to Inspector Navet.
Tut tut. He is not to be disturbed.
Okay.
He is applying his famous scientific methods. Any moment now, the case will be cracked. I certainly hope so. I am dog-tired and want to go home.
I chased after the shooter and got a photo of him.
Inspector Navet will be delighted.
You've got to let me into the gallery to show him.
Absolutely not.
So, I cannot go in without Inspector Navet's permission?
No.
And to get Inspector Navet's permission, I need to go in.
Exactement.
Have you ever heard of Kafka, Sergeant Moo?
Madame Collard, I do not see what soccer players have to do with this.
No, he's a... Never mind. This was madness. Sergeant Moo wasn't going to let me in. Why are you so tired, Sergeant Moo?
I have been... Navet is a
Oops,
genius
sorry.
in his
Pressed
field,
A a
and
little bit
he
prematurely
ensures
there.
that we all have his
Managed to
energy
skip
and
a line of
vigor.
dialogue.
Oh, you
I can't tell you what he
poor
said,
man.
sorry.
If you'd like to go and get some sleep, I will watch the door for you.
That's very thoughtful of you. Ha! A cunning attempt to make me a deserter, madame. A gendarme never leaves his post.
Well, how about a hot drink?
Ah, that would do the trick for sure. Unfortunately, I mustn't drink on duty. My doctor specifically warned me against it after the last... incident.
Incident?
That incident you mentioned, what happened exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. All I can say is it was very unfortunate. I am on duty, and I need to focus.
Would you like to see my press card?
Here's my press card. Do you have a statement for the paper?
Yes, madame. Stay away from the crime scene and let the police do their job. And always leave a light on when you go out at night.
Thanks a lot, Sergeant Moo. You've been so helpful.
Right, now to get this guy some coffee. Because he's clearly a tired man.
Madame,
Bonjour, monsieur.
whatever it is you want, we are closed.
Then why are you standing here?
You would not understand, madame.
Try me.
Because I look at you, and I know you are like all the others.
The others?
The pretty women who shop, who gossip, who have their spa days, their almond croissant.
That bad, huh?
And the men with their grooming products and their shiny shoes and their skinny suits who come to my cafe and ask me for lattes, macchiatos, frappe.
I see your point.
Is this what we fought on the barricades for, madame? Ripped up the paving slabs, bled on the streets.
Isn't it?
No, madame, it is not. We fought for ideas, for philosophy, for freedom, equality, fraternity.
Vive la révolution.
And do you know what drove us on as we fought? What fueled the streets of Paris in that glorious spring? What made our hearts soar?
Your mum.
Cheap wine and free sex?
Basically the
No,
same
madame,
thing.
no! It was French Café Noir that inspired us. The simple demi-tasse. The black, sweet taste of freedom.
So that's why you closed?
Yes, madame. I serve only thinkers, philosophers, revolutionaries. And you, madame, with your polite top and your pointy ears, are none of those things.
This is a cafe.
Yes, to the right people.
On any other day, I would have given this guy a straight one to the chin. But there was a chance he could help me get into the gallery.
Clearly he's got the wrong impression about me. And by me, I mean Nico.
Here's my press card.
La liberté. Madame, you are not the person that I took you to be. You must accept my deepest, my most profound apologies.
Well, of course I accept. But why?
La Liberté, the great journal of freedom. At the height of the battle, as the tear gas blew and the blood flowed, it was La Liberté which carried the voice of our revolution to the world. I know now that you are not the kind of woman who would ask me for almond croissant. You are a true daughter of France, and I am your humble servant.
Humble. Awesome.
Monsieur,
The road to enlightenment is a long one, madame. Perhaps you will walk that road with me?
could we have a little chat?
Any time, madame.
Did you see anything happen at the gallery earlier?
I saw you running after a pizza delivery guy. Somebody said he killed someone.
That's true. He stole a painting and shot the gallery owner.
How close we are to death. And yet how far from ever comprehending it.
Well, right now I need to get back inside and figure out what happened.
I applaud you, madame. To seek the truth is a worthy ambition.
As a journalist, that is my duty. How about some coffee?
For you, madame,
Damn it. Sorry. Premature A. Again.
there is only
do
one
better.
coffee that I can serve you. Black, strong, and in a tiny cup. One moment. Here is your coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur. The coffee was hot and strong.
Have you seen my press card?
The waiter
Yeah.
didn't need to see my press card again.
Oh. All right.
Could you make me a coffee to go?
For a fellow revolutionary? Of course, madame. One moment. Here's your takeaway coffee, madame.
Thank you, monsieur.
Success. We now have caffeine for Moo, otherwise known as Moofine, which is what doctors administer in hospitals for intense pain. Morphine, derived from the French moufine, which in itself derives from Moo's coffee. Disclaimer. My words do not reflect actual history.
Sergeant Moo, I brought you a coffee.
Coffee? Fantastic. Just what I need. But wait. I must not. My little problem.
I'm sure one little cup of coffee won't hurt.
I am tempted, madame, but I cannot risk it. I am sorry.
So, this incident, it involved you, some coffee, and your little problem?
It is a tale of woe, madame.
I'm all ears, Sergeant.
Well, since you seem quite understanding, I shall elaborate.
Please do.
I was in charge of canine security for the president himself. One day, en vacances, he went for a private discussion with a lady minister. I stayed alone with his dog, but I had drunk a coffee to stay awake, and nature came to call. So I tied the dog to a tree and went for a secret pee-pee. When I came back, the dog was having a liaison dangereuse with the lady minister's terrier.
But how did they find out?
Well, 2 months later, the president's Labrador gave birth to 6 beautiful mongrels. And I was busted to sergeant just after the president's divorce came through.
You are a victim of a great injustice, Sergeant.
You think so?
But of course, you knew you must not fall asleep at your post. You were guarding the president himself.
Well, the president's dog.
Ah, it was the same thing.
Yes, I suppose.
And by drinking that coffee, you made the ultimate sacrifice for our glorious republic, your career.
Now you put it like that?
And now France is calling you again. She is saying, drink, Sergeant Moo, drink!
She is?
She is. Drink or fall asleep at your post. Which is it to be?
I suppose it is drink?
Bravo, Sergeant!
He knows the score.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Excuse me, madame. I must use the petit gendarme's room. It has gone straight through me. Could you watch the gallery door for me?
Oh, you can count on me, Sergeant. I distracted Moo. It was now or never.
Go, 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 go. He didn't see me.
How did you get past Sergeant Moo? Well, you won't fool me so easily, madame. I shall question you later.
Nico, Am I glad to see you?
I managed to grab a couple of photos, but the guy got away.
Poor Henri is dead.
I know. Why kill him?
I've been trying to find out. Turns out the alarm was tampered with. It looks to me like an inside job.
So, no ordinary robbery?
And no ordinary painting. The priest claims that La Maledizio is evil. I need to get into the office and see what the CCTV has to offer.
So, what's the problem?
The inspector's watching me like a hawk. I'll never get in without some sort of distraction.
I'll see what I can do.
Time to get my help on. Got a feeling that the massive truck that just went outside my flat may have been picked up by the mic there. I apologise. Too hot to not have a window open in here.
Inspector Navet, do you have a moment?
My time is of the essence. Be quick now.
I suppose this is quite a complex case, Inspector.
It is a robbery gone bad. Nothing more, nothing less.
Surely there's a bit more to it than that.
Please abstain from baseless conjecture, madame. The victim's body paints a simple picture, more reliable than any witness statement. Consider the impact of the bullet, and note the concomitant lack of blood. A casual homicide, nothing more.
Why don't you check out the security camera footage?
Madame, that is not my area of expertise. It is the body which concerns me.
But the CCTV footage is evidence. It could help identify the killer.
Correction, madame. It is but an indicator. The only true evidence is bodily fluid. Unless you know something I don't, then please leave me be.
The only evidence Inspector Navet seemed to appreciate involved gore. Thanks, Inspector. I'll let you know if I remember anything else.
Let us make him something gory.
If I was going to distract Navet, I needed to unearth new evidence or concoct some. And the bloodier, the better.
What she said.
The tomato sauce had splattered on the floor. No way was I going to clean that up with my bare hands. I squeezed.
Damn it, the premature A gets me every time, man. I'm not sorry. I'm disappointed.
How about that for a distraction? I wondered whether it would be enough.
You know what's disgusting about this as well? Keeps the gum on the card. Ugh.
Inspector!
Hello, hello! Marcel, I think I'm reading that correctly. Unfortunately, the usernames on my chat here are tiny. How you doing, man? Thanks for saying hi. I hope you're well.
Have you seen the stain on the floor over there? It looks like blood.
Indeed. How very curious. I must investigate immediately, before one of these idiots steps in it.
I'm very well, my friend. Thank you for asking. All good. We're just playing some Broken Sword here.
Interesting. Maybe it is time to employ the machine.
Okay, George. That should distract him for a while.
Nice work, Nico. I'll let you know what I find in the office. I was sure the inspector hadn't seen me slip away, but I needed to be quick, because it wouldn't take him long.
You're from Germany, that's amazing.
At last.
Well, it might not seem like much, but
Sorry, Mr. Rickenbacker.
as obviously I'm from the UK, so to have
Goddamn well.
other European neighbours say hello, that's awesome.
Oh, anything interesting?
Yeah, someone stole a painting.
Oh, really?
And it was one you insured. What's going on?
Ah, yes. Well, the guy was armed, sir.
So?
You think I should have thrown myself in front of the thief, wrestled him to the ground, got myself shot?
Sure would have made me feel better. Anyway, find that painting, or give me a good reason not to pay out. Please tell me that you have some leads.
I'm working on it.
I am, of course, about to work on it. Right, let's see if I can remember what we're doing here. First things first, let's check out this CCTV system that we've been trying to get in this room just to look at.
The CCTV system was ancient. It took individual shots and recorded them to tape. It looked like I needed to enter a passcode to view the recording.
So we got a keypad. Well, obviously we can interact with that once we know the code.
I needed to find a 4-digit number.
Shouldn't be too difficult. I think, if I remember rightly, the clue... I'll have a look at the desk first. Clue is in the calendar for that key code.
I didn't want to carry the tape around. I had a feeling I wasn't going to need it. The pen could have been useful. Then again, it might have leaked all over my pocket.
I've just noticed you mentioned that you love this game, Marcel. I'm assuming that means that you've played it. Is this the only game in the Broken Sword series that you played, or have you played any of the others, just out of curiosity?
There was nothing else in the drawer. The folder looked interesting. This was very definitely tampering with evidence.
What we're here to do, I guess.
Completion of work notice from a company called Vera Security. They weren't the guys we'd recommended. Henri had gone behind our backs to choose a different security outfit. Huh. I'd never heard of Vera Security, but there was an address and phone number on the form.
Which means we can now make a phone call, but we'll do that in a second. What I want to get first is the code.
The calendar looked like a child's school project. Henri had ringed 27th May and scrawled birthday. Poor guy hadn't quite made it to his big day.
So I mentioned this last time. It bugs me for some reason. The first time I played this particular clue was tough because the code is the code is 0527, which is using the American date format, which is month and then day. Wow, mad motorbikes outside. Sorry about that. Yeah, so basically, it took me ages to figure this out just because. Wow, there's a cavity of them. Sorry, I live near a busy road. It's too warm in here.
7th May and
The 2705 is not the answer, which is what you think it would be if you're from Europe and you use the European date format. We'll put the correct one in, which is 0527. I think. If this is wrong now, I'm going to look a fool.
Bingo. I rewound the tape to before the robbery. This was the first interesting frame. It was Henri studying La Malédiction. He couldn't have had any idea what was about to happen. That was the earliest shot with anything interesting on it.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to do. So, let's have a look in frame by frame here at the CCTV footage from the robbery.
The image was a little fuzzy, but in the center of the painting was what looked like a snake eating its own tail. I thought about what the priest said. There was definitely something unsettling about the picture. Was Henri studying that picture, or did he look worried? There was definitely more to this robbery than I first thought.
I think that's it for the first.
Nico and I were taking a look at La Malediccio just before the robbery. Funny, the painting didn't strike me as remarkable at the time, just odd.
So we're looking to see whether we can find the dude that did this.
A good view of La Malediccio. I could kind of see why Father Simeon thought it was evil. There was a certain presence about it. The killer caught in the act. There was nothing really distinctive about him.
Nothing?
The CCTV had caught the killer in the act of lifting La Malediccio from the wall. He knew exactly which painting to take. The most striking aspect of the...
Yeah, we know that. We know that.
The moment it all went horribly wrong. There was some writing on the front of his helmet, but I couldn't quite make it out.
But I believe we can on frame 5, 6, whatever this is.
The killer making his getaway. A logo on the front of his helmet read Waterloo Motors. That could be useful. The painting was gone. There I was, taking a look at the alarm box. Hopefully I didn't look too suspicious.
May as well check out the rest of the frames.
I hadn't thought about that when I was taking a look at the camera.
Busted, George.
That was the last shot. I'd probably learned everything I could from the CCTV.
Okay, cool. So we've checked out the CCTV and we've also acquired the number for the security firm that installed the alarm that was somehow sabotaged. I think the next step is to call them.
Hello, Vera Security?
George Stobart here, Paris Mutual.
Never heard of you.
Really? Well, I'm surprised. We're leaders in our field in commercial insurance, and our brand recognition is...
Do me a favor. Don't call back.
The lady hung up. I was going to have to visit in person.
It's a truly awful individual.
The statue was jaunty. Up close and personal, I could see that the fig leaf was hinged.
Oh god, no. You know what that means? I hope there's nothing too hideous.
Thankfully, there was no one around to see me do this. Very interesting.
Don't worry, Marcel, it's all good.
I wasn't going to open the safe without the key. I was fairly sure that even Henri wouldn't be silly enough to keep it hidden in the office.
It's actually not true. It's in here.
In the trash
Again, we did this at the weekend.
credit card company demanding immediate payment. It listed extravagant purchases from a variety of ladies' fashion stores. The address indicated that Henri lived in the chic and expensive 16th arrondissement of Paris. I decided to put the letter back. Henri's financial problems weren't my business. But now I knew where he lived.
So yes, I'm actually playing through the first Broken Sword on iPad at the moment. I'm thinking of may actually broadcast that, but we'll see. This is I actually played this a couple of years ago and thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'm a huge fan of this kind of game. I'm assuming that you have also played these. I think we'll tell the truth here.
I wasn't tampering with anything. I was just looking for clues.
That is my job, Monsieur
Stobart. George Stobart. Paris Mutual. We insured the exhibition.
Oh, really? So, you have plenty to gain from the robbery.
Well, no. We have plenty to lose from the robbery.
That's awesome.
Don't patronize me, monsieur.
I think you're actually more hardcore than me in terms of Broken Sword fandom anyway. I'm a big fan of Monkey Island and such as well, which I'm likely sure you are if you like this kind of game.
I have to get up very early in the morning, which means I can be sure to catch the worm.
So I see.
May I remind you, monsieur, that a serious crime has been committed. I am going to have to ask you to return to the gallery.
Of course, but I do need to
I had a feeling that would be the case.
D'accord. But remember...
Always nice to meet a fellow adventure game fan.
Monsieur Stobart.
Okay, I'll bear that in mind. It's very likely that the security camera holds a clue to the killer's identity.
Monsieur, I am a professional.
Honestly,
and you
I rank this one pretty highly, I'm not going to lie. They're all, the ones that I've played, I haven't played all of them like you. The ones that I have played have always been excellent. I suppose it's going to appeal to anybody that kind of likes this style of game as well. The whole pick up stuff and, you know, you have an inventory and you talk to people and you kind of work things out. It's a more casual style of gaming, but I've always loved it.
Do you know anything about a company called Vera Security?
No, I have never heard of them. Now, I must get on with my investigation. Monsieur, you are American, no?
Yeah, California born and bred.
Of course. I think perhaps you are wanting to be like that Starsky and Butch, monsieur. No? Rolling around...
Yeah, they are.
Fast cars with beautiful ladies.
I do think the voice work in this game is actually really well done.
Interesting idea, Inspector, but not really my style.
Might be a thing to consider actually, because I have the remastered for Monkey Island on my Xbox as well. So it's something that I could consider streaming at some point in the future.
You may go now, but I will need to speak with you again.
I had some valuable leads. But before following up on them, I had important business to attend to. Hey, Nico, you want to grab a quick cup of coffee?
Sure.
I am pleased to announce that I have finished my preliminary investigation. This is now an official crime scene, and you must all go. I shall be questioning all of you again in the coming days. Nobody is to leave the country, particularly you, Monsieur Stobart. Monsieur Lane will stay behind to help secure the premises. Mo?
Yes, Inspector.
Let them out.
Right away, sir.
Easy done.
2 coffees, please.
Okay, I'm just going to go and pop the kettle on whilst this plays out. I'll leave the stream going. That won't be just a moment.
I just made a tiny distraction, and Nave bought it.
I think Nave would buy anything if it had blood on it. You know, this whole setup, the theft, the murder, it just doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
The security firm that Henri used was not the one I recommended.
Well, that's understandable. I've been to restaurants that you recommended.
I've got their address. Maybe they can tell me who could have had access to that alarm. Well, the priest thinks La Malediccio is evil.
George, she's just crazy.
Yeah, you're probably right. But there's something strange going on. Do you want to borrow these clippers?
Word of advice, George. Never say that on a first date.
Like I said, I think it was an inside job.
Go on.
Someone disabled the alarm, but on just one painting.
Let me guess. La Malediccio.
Exactly. And I aim to find out who did it. Smell this.
Oh, zut alors. I had an uncle who used to wear that. Maman told me to watch out for him.
The CCTV picked up an image of the thief. His helmet had the words Waterloo Motors written across it.
Interesting. I think I got a couple of good shots of him too, but I need to take a better look at them at home.
Great. Let me know what you find.
Good luck with your investigations. Well, I guess I should go. This story won't write itself. And Georges?
Yeah?
It's good to see you again.
Great to see you too, Nico. I watched her walk away. The sound of traffic, the sun shining, a crime to solve, and Nico back in my life.
Aw, ain't that sweet? Don't know if it was noticed there, but I successfully managed to make a cup of tea and play, which I think is somewhat skillful. So, let's go to Vera Security first.
The address led me to a dead-end alley at the end of a deadbeat mall. No wonder I'd never heard of Vera Security.
Nico is awesome. Such a good character as well. I actually like both the characters from the Broken Sword games. Both Nico and George are awesome. So this is Vera Security on the left, where we are allegedly going.
Help!
What's wrong?
There's a monster
What? Where?
on the floor. Get rid of it.
Oh, the cockroach.
Yes, the cockroach. Help!
Let's have a look at the little guy.
Come here, little fella. There were crumbs on the floor. No wonder the cockroach was sticking around.
If I remember, you need to have something to pick him up.
I was never going to catch it with my bare hands.
No, you cannot. You can squish it, but it don't die.
There was a huge cockroach in the way.
Oh, okay, so even I must evade the cockroach. Let's see if we can get something to pick him up with.
Romanovs, a Russian brand cigarette. The pack was empty. As a child, I'd always been told not to play with matches, but I never could resist.
Right, so our initial problem is that I think the matchbox has matches in it, which means that you can't put a cockroach in there as well.
I tipped out the matches.
Okay, it was as simple as just examining the matchbox, which is kind of cool. Let's try again.
I couldn't catch it just by swiping at it. I'd need to entice it closer.
So, yeah, okay. The crumbs.
I set down my matchbox. Cockroaches like hiding in dark places. Not a bad idea when you think about it.
I'm going to catch this one.
Cockroach wasn't going for it. I needed some bait.
Oh, damn it. Okay, so apparently the crumbs is not the bait. Who's this guy? Stallholder. His parents named him well.
Hello, I'm George Stobart.
Call me Bassam. And do please forgive me, but I'm in no mood to talk. I have a resounding headache.
A cookie roach, I think is what you mean to say. It's a joke. Let's ask him about the cockroach, maybe.
Bad migraine, eh?
The worst. The buzzing and flashing from the old sign is killing me. I thought the neon sign had potential until it broke.
Is it your sign?
No, the previous owners. Used to be a restaurant. But this is horrible. Adversely affecting my footfall and giving me a splitting headache.
Well, that's no good. That's awesome.
You want me to try fixing that?
I would have thought names, although maybe not actually. I was going to say I would have thought names would have been pretty similar, but that's completely false just because of dialects.
Then please do. I'm no good at electricals. Marketing analysis and predicting trends is more my thing.
Could you help me with a vermin problem, please?
Please, Mr. Stobart, I really can't deal with other people's problems right now.
Okay, so I need to sort this guy out first, quite clearly. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say out loud. Well, let's go and have a look at his neon sign. I'm sure we can do something with it.
I took a good look at the sign. The wiring was exposed and the cover broken. No wonder it was flashing.
Never touch electrics, kids.
I pulled the wire off. Well, that was one way to stop the letters flashing. Now only half the sign was illuminated.
But the noise is gone, right?
The buzzing and flashing has stopped.
And I'm very grateful. But the sign still looks pretty terrible, doesn't it? When you're building a brand from the ground up, name is everything. I need a name that makes my customers long for adventure and treasures from faraway places.
Okay.
I could take a look at your sign, come up with something.
You're like a genie from a magic lamp.
Tell me about your business idea.
This stall is going to put me through college, while giving me field experience. But the nonsense sign is working against me. It should spell a name for my shop. I need something original, yet familiar, bright and in your face, yet subtle and symbolic.
So, from what I know of this, the guy pretty much just gives you clues as you go here, like you are a genie in a bottle, treasures from land far away. I may as well demonstrate, I think. If I can remember what the puzzle... Okay, so it tells you what to do. Your objective is to rearrange the letters to form a new word that is appropriate for Bassam's predicament. Okay. They must be lit. Da-da-da-da-da. Pretty simple. I'm sure you can read it yourself. I'm not going to read it all out.
Seemed the letters could be moved around. Shame it didn't have the right letters to spell Bassam. I'd have to think of something else.
So we need to rearrange these letters. Okay, so only the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lights are working. You might be right, actually, Marcel. You're quizzing my brain now there, mate, because the last game, well, the last Broken Sword game I played before this was this, and that was a couple of years ago. I'd be the same with Monkey Island, actually. It's part of the reason why I'm kind of going back through and playing them, because I've got such a poor memory of most of the characters and stuff. Thankfully, most of the puzzles seem to, I don't know, I remember them when I come back to them. It's kind of weird. So this one, you've got to get 7 letters worth of a word in place that resembles this guy's store. Now, let's see whether we can change this. Right. We can use all of them. Cheers, man. That's really appreciated. Hopefully, I know what I remember what I'm doing with this one, because this one was particularly taxing the first time I did it. And it was all about listening to what the guy told you. Bit premature there, but I'm pretty sure you can see where I'm going with this. I've probably done this in the most complicated way, but it's taking part that counts, isn't it?
Aha. That seemed like a good name.
Hey, Bassam. How about this? I know it's not your name, but...
Aladdin. Very cool. That's a terrific name for my store. Hits every one of my USPs.
Glad you like it.
You're a genius, George. Let me know if I can do anything for you.
Well, you know, it's just it's been helpful, man. Yeah, glad you appreciate the help, Bassam.
Ah, Mr.
Now help me out with my cockroach problem. My cockroach problem? Wow. What a word to faux pas. Cockroach.
Do you happen to know a good way to catch a cockroach?
To be honest, George, I'm better at questions on balancing budgets within a liberal economic framework. But as a layman, perhaps I could suggest you trap it? And please, whatever you do, don't squish it.
Why's that?
The entire family will catch the scent and arrive for the funeral.
Ooh, we don't want that.
You need to find a container of some sort. Then I think add this.
Rich tea. What's that, a cookie?
The perfect cockroach biscuit. Dry, dull, unsatisfying, and yet curiously Moorish.
I'll give it a try.
You can tell the game was made in America because they refer to the biscuit as a cookie. Not saying that's incorrect, of course, but, you know, it's obviously not the same as at least the UK. Actually, that's a good point. Marcel, in Germany, do they call biscuits biscuits in, you know, the English equivalent, or is it a cookie? To me, a cookie is a kind of biscuit.
I really like your new sign.
It's magnificent. I owe you one.
What do you think?
I'm over the moon, George. Thanks to you, I can now sell my retro cavalcade of musical cards, brushes, souvenirs. And you know what they say, happy sellers make happy shoppers.
Does he know about this place?
Do you know anything about Vera's security over there?
Am I saying that right?
Not really. I haven't been here long, but neither have they by the looks of it.
Why do you say that?
Rush setup, new sign, low investment, and no customers except for you.
I don't think this guy's got anything else that we need. Ah, right, okay. Just done a quick Wikipedia search because I'm resourceful. And it's that translates in some way to borrowed from. It just says borrowed from English cakes, which is a really interesting way, actually. See, this is going to sound so weird, but as a UK guy, keks is actually slang for a pair of trousers. Have you got your keks on? It's just, I find it funny how the difference in like distance can completely change the meaning of a word in such a drastic fashion. Now, with that said, let's go and catch this cockroach with this biscuit, or with this cookie, or with this keks. I hope I've used that in the right context. Otherwise, now I look even more of a fool.
I added some bait to the matchbox. Even I was finding it hard to resist that little trap. Gotcha!
You are a gentleman and no mistake. I hate cockroaches.
Always ready to help a damsel in distress.
I bet you are. Can I help you?
Yes, please. Do you know if there's anyone in the office I can talk business with?
Yes, me, chérie. I'm Annette, the manager.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... The gloves. I just thought...
Ah, easy mistake to make. If you haven't been reconstructed, that is.
Oh, but I have been reconstructed. A number of times. From the ground up.
Well, I've just remembered what's kind of funny about the cockroach now that you've caught it. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, that George befriends the cockroach over the course of the game. I think it stays in your inventory for a while, and I think it gets to the point where he names it. And there's some funny dialogue that takes place, which we'll probably see, maybe not all in this session, but as we play through this game indeed.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so you can tell me why you were so bloody rude. She doesn't look like a manager, does she? She looks like... I don't know, actually. The shop in itself doesn't look like it should have management. It looks a bit dishevelled.
There's been a theft at Le Lézard Bleu. A painting's been stolen.
Shame. Still, I'm sure you'll get over it.
I believe your company set up the security.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Oh, yes, you did.
Didn't.
Did.
I've got all day.
But I didn't.
Okay, so we have proof. Oh, damn it. What just happened?
Where did you get that?
At the gallery.
Premature A. Sorry.
The job was signed off. You can't say we were to blame.
I was getting a bad feeling. The place looked like a front, and the only person there wasn't helping. Maybe the office itself...
Thank you very much for the follow, man. I don't know why it's showing that. I did have a custom graphic on follow. Looks like Streamlabs has decided to use their own, but thank you nonetheless for the follow, mate. That's hugely appreciated. Really must look at why that's not popped the correct graphic, because that's... I know full well that I sorted that out. Anyway, not one for now. Not one to work out now, should I say.
Thanks.
Let's phone. Where's my mobile?
Hello, Vera Security. We make you secure.
I think I need to turn the radio. So that it's a distraction, I think.
Wrong number again. Damn nuisance calls.
Quick, quick, quick. Go, go, go.
I wanted to see what secrets the book might contain. There was a photo. Of course, I grabbed it.
She must know something about this.
Yes.
Actually, let's ask about gambling first, just cause.
Are you betting on a horse?
No, I just like hearing the sound of hooves.
Oh, well, that's unusual.
Don't be an idiot. I got 50 euros on Lucky Break.
Ah, well, I hope you win.
So do I, Sherry. So do I.
I wish she'd stop calling me Sherry. I'm a man. And called George.
Recognize this?
Hey, that's my photo.
That's you with Lane, I believe.
So, what if it is?
What is he to you?
Oh, my Hector, that's what he is.
Oh, so that's Lane's little missus.
Yeah, I thought you said you had nothing to do with the gallery.
Look, here's how it is. I've only been here a few weeks. I had nothing to do with that gallery job. I just delivered the paperwork.
So, who's the manager before you?
I don't know. She just, one day, didn't come in for work. I shouldn't be talking to you. The boss told me to keep my mouth shut.
Okay. But you're not gonna, are you? You're gonna spill the beans.
The boss. Have you got his number or address?
No, I've forgotten it. I mean, I never knew it.
Annette, a serious crime has been committed. You're in a lot of trouble.
I had nothing to do with it. Look, I need this job. I need the money. Anyway, it's only a silly old painting. No one got hurt.
Nobody got hurt. A man died.
The gallery owner was shot.
Badly?
Yeah, he's pretty dead.
Oh.
This is a murder investigation. Now, who's your boss?
I don't know. Honest, he faxes me if he wants anything.
He? Who's he?
I've never seen him, never met him. Don't make trouble for poor Annette.
Thanks. I was pretty sure Annette had told me all she was going to. She sounded scared. Time to put the thumbscrews on Lane, and I knew just how.
But first, we need to go back to the gallery. Oh, there goes gravity.
Time to confront Lane.
He ain't gonna like me, but I don't care. Justice. Justice must be done.
The gallery was sealed off. The place looked empty.
Justice must be
Lane
done.
wasn't exactly easy to
Is that
miss,
proper English?
and it looked like he wasn't around. The door was locked and sealed off with police tape. I needed to find Lane, and I was sure he wasn't in there.
Be a bit weird if he was. this guy again.
Hi.
Monsieur?
Yes, him. Tell me about him, please.
I'm looking for Mr. Lane. Has he been here?
Ah, yes, monsieur. He came by earlier. Told me he was off to console Henri's widow. I hope she's out.
Okay.
So Lane was consoling the widow. What a big heart that guy had.
Kind of.
Did he have a grand scheme? Or
I think he's
just
got an ulterior motive.
themselves?
I actually can't remember. Let's find out. Ring, ring. Where's the intercom? I thought it was that little box, but apparently not.
Hello?
This is George Stobart. May I come up?
I'm sorry, this is a very inconvenient time. Come back later.
I know that's you, Mr. Lane. I need to talk to you.
I spoke to Annette.
Mr. Lane, does the name Annette mean anything to you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I need to talk to Madame Dubois.
I'm sure it can wait.
No, it can't.
Mm-hmm. If you don't let me in, I'll tell the police about your interesting connection to the security company.
All right then. Come up, but make it brief.
Make it brief. I don't think you're in any position to be making demands, buddy.
Dear Lord, George, you have the worst timing.
Is this a bad time to accuse you of lying?
What do you want?
I've just come from Vera's security.
So?
What do you know about the owner of Vera's security?
I've never had the pleasure.
What about this photo?
I'm surprised you let your conquests keep souvenirs.
Oh. Where did you get that?
Annette lent it to me.
Quit waving it around, for God's sake.
I'll ask you again.
Can you tell me anything about the owner of Vera?
Annette told me he's some angry-looking Russian chap.
Come on, Lane. Tell me about Annette.
All right. I had a fling with her, okay? Now keep your voice down, please.
And you two fixed the security for the robbery?
No, nothing like that. Anyway, the fling was a mistake. She turned out to be rather needy.
I believe you. You're not a criminal, just a lecherous old man.
Less of the old, if you don't mind. As it happens, I make a lot of women happy.
Especially when you leave them. Okay, Lane, take off.
You can't tell me what to do.
You want me to show Bijou this picture?
All right, I'm going. You haven't heard the last of me, Stobart.
Promise?
And give me that photo.
That was a gur?
If Lane was telling the truth, that meant that Annette was lying. She said she'd never met the owner and was very keen to get rid of me. I wondered if she was hiding something interesting in that back office.
Are you
Maybe?
going to introduce yourself properly?
Bijou.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, madame. My name's George Stobart.
Call me Bijou.
Oh, for some reason I thought the game had already put me into a conversation with her.
Hello, young man. Such a delight to have a new visitor. What can I do for you?
I'm from the insurance company. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Henri, my poor sauvage. He died in his prime.
Could I just ask you a few questions?
Well, why not? A little company might just pep me up, as you Americans might say.
Okay, so this is, yeah, I've just recalled who this is. It's Henri's missus.
Henri was very brave at the gallery. He tried to stop the thief and paid the ultimate price.
Henri was my lion and my little pussycat.
How are you coping?
I'm still trying to take it in, chérie.
Can you tell me about the gallery? Was the business doing well?
The gallery was Henri's baby. He never spoke to me about it.
So you weren't involved?
Not at all. Business is not my thing.
Did you know about... Oh, of course you knew about the theft. Surely.
Bijou, I think someone involved with the gallery helped the thief. It wasn't Hector Lane. He's not devious enough.
But who else?
I don't know. But I will get to the bottom of it, I promise you.
I'm going to ask about the song as well, because it's funky. I think I remember, actually. I think it's the song that they had when they first met or something.
Your record player seems to be stuck on the same song.
Yes, this song gives me great comfort. It reminds me of Henri.
Oh, apparently she doesn't say why. Okay.
Thank you for your help, Bijou.
My pleasure, young man. Do come back any time.
Bijou appeared to know nothing. I still couldn't discount Lane. Annette, on the other hand, had lied about Vera Security's owner.
Okay. Might as well have a look at this coffin. It's a bit spooky.
Henri was now dressed in a cheap suit. On balance, I prefer the waistcoat.
I can't believe she's got an open casket in her living room. Well, you know what they say? Denial isn't just a river in Egypt.
It was time to pay a visit to Vera Security.
Again? I mean, again? I think it's nighttime this time. Yes.
The empty mall was lit by bright moonlight. The perfect ambiance for a little detective work. I wanted a good look at that back office. I just had to find a way in.
Okay, so... I believe it's the electrical box. Let's try it.
There was an electrical box up there, but I couldn't reach it from
Oh, we have to... Yeah, of course. So, yeah, we need to get up here. No, I didn't mean to do that. Although, I'm totally guessing that you can't use the shutter control.
There was no sign of a button or a keyhole. It must have been controlled remotely. A wire ran up to the electrical box above.
Do we... Yeah. Well, let's try it. Seems logical. Just to explain my thought process, sorry. Need the box underneath the thing so you can climb up. Is that right? Oh, I know. Yeah, that was.
All Bassam's
Okay, so
stuff
the
was
girder.
safely locked away.
Here we go.
Bassam had locked up his shop for the night.
I thought we were supposed to climb up somewhere. Let's see if I can remember where this is. Is he just going to try? Yeah, I think he's going to keep trying to get in. Or he's going to push it back. Okay. I imagine this is probably going to be one of those very finicky ones, just where it's a very specific spot that you have to press. I'm going to move this back, just because this is how it started, and I wouldn't imagine the game would put something in the correct place. Ah, there we go. Oh, that is so awkward. The perspective kind of messed with my head. I thought that was way further back.
I popped the lid open. Inside was an aircon unit and bingo, the master controls for the shutters.
Okay, let's turn this off first. So we need to get in, basically, is the aim here. And to do that, well, I think it's pretty obvious at this point when you look at the contents of your inventory as to what item you need to use to potentially break the wires here. You need to use the completion note. No, I'm kidding. You need to use the nail clippers, because that's the correct answer. Although the game is going to be awkward and make me get it out 3 times. Thank you, game. That's incredibly kind.
That wasn't worth trying.
Apparently you don't need to do that one. No. That's not it. Pretty sure. Yeah, no, right. I'm being careful, of course. So I think it's the wire here. I can't remember which one. Is it that one? Ah, yes, okay, so that would... I imagine the game would put it there regardless of which one I put it on. Let's try that. Whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the police. Okay, so we are back in here. Cockroach free. And manager free, it would seem, as well. I know, right? Celebrations all around. I'm doing the victory finger.
Was a single Q-tip.
I have stopped doing the victory finger.
It was my lucky day. It hadn't been used.
What the? A Q-tip. Oh, right, yeah. Or a cotton wool bud. Cotton wool bud, as it's called. Over here. But I guess Q-tip's a brand name, I think.
The room was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing.
So, don't... Let's just do a quick scan. I don't actually think there's a way you can find a light switch here. I think you've got to use Yeah, nothing obvious, so it's got to be these. Cool. We now know where the light switch is. It's kind of a cool mechanic that you've got to light the room up briefly to see where the light switch is before you can use it.
Just like the one the killer had escaped on. Oil had dripped from the scooter onto the floor. The air vent had a tiny catch on the side.
Well, undo the tiny catch then.
The air vent had a tiny catch on the side.
That's not doing it.
Through the grill, I could see something glinting, but it was too dark to tell what it was.
Will it not let me release the catch? It's too tempting to not press the button.
The shredder was jammed.
No shit, Sherlock.
I tried to free the gears, but they were jammed solid. Its service was long overdue.
Okay, so challenge number 1. Accepted. Fix the gears.
There was a letter jammed in the shredder.
I'm guessing the intent would be to reverse them, but we need to get them working first. I'm fairly sure it's via the use of this oil.
Oil had dripped from the scooter onto the floor.
Yeah, just seeing whether you can interact with that button there.
It was a pizza delivery scooter.
Not useful. This seems...
I smeared some oil onto the cotton
apparently
bud.
correct. Awesome. Right, so if we can use that on this and hopefully get somewhere.
I smeared the gears with oil.
I was wrong about reversing it.
It was time to see what was in the letter.
No problem, Marcel. Take your time, man. Oh, this thing. It's a rearrangement puzzle, so we've basically just got to put it in the right order.
I grabbed the paperclip.
Why not? Why not? So I think, excuse me, last time I did this, the most logical way seemed to be to kind of follow the circular outline here. Right, yeah, okay, that would make some sense anyway. So if we start with that in the top left, just because it looks like it would be a corner piece. And it also has a very tiny glint of white here, which suggests that it's going to lead into one of these. Maybe. Okay, so it does snap them into place, so it's quite specific, I guess. Actually, I've just, yeah, okay. Let's move you and put you, because it has the tail. No, What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop it! Thank you. I can only imagine this is incredibly boring to watch, so I will apologise right away. That looks, well, that looks right. I guess it is a bit of trial and error, really. There's a part of me for just a second that was trying to line up the words, but I don't think that's the best idea. I think the easiest thing to do is to just concentrate on the background image. Okay, that's coming together. I don't know if that's right, but I'm going to put it there for the moment. I'm going to switch sides, start working on the upper left. Oh, god damn. Oh, there's hidden bits. Well, that doesn't help, does it? Right, let me just make sure. I've got pieces on top of pieces here. So I'm just going to see if I can rearrange stuff. Make sure I haven't missed anything that might be hidden. Oh. Just inadvertently piece those two together there. No. I want to pick up the one on top. Oh, awkward. I know, that's been awkward. Okay, so those two pieces are correct. I hate the fact that they cover each other up. It makes it miles more difficult. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Very slowly, we are getting there. March, there we go. That's what I want. Exhibition. No game. It doesn't like that. Stop it. I'm not convinced about that, but we'll carry on. No, that's got to be, yeah, that's definitely the top left-hand corner here. Special attention. Pick up, please. Exhibition. Yeah, it's a word lining up game here now.
It was the letter from
Screw you! I'm not your friend, Gabe.
For the exhibition, and it also revealed who was in charge at Vera.
I've just done a very forceful victory pump mid-air. Feeling quite pleased with myself there.
But why was Henri thanking Madame?
Took me far too long.
Generous? And why was he pleased to represent him? Maybe Madame.
I know. Thank you very much for all the support. That's so appreciated.
It didn't add up. I had a gut feeling. There was something fishy going on.
Okay, sorry, just giving this a quick read. Apparently, there's going to be special provisions in place for the painting that was eventually stolen by this guy, Henry Dubois. So that's a success. Right, now next up, to get whatever's in this vent, which I actually think...
A paperclip from the Vera office. The paperclip was perfect for the job. There was definitely something in there.
Check it out. Thanks, Vinny. As always, on top with the support. I know, right? To be fair, I know that you would have done it much quicker. That's all I'm going to say.
Now, what are you...
Gotcha.
What is it?
Well, would you believe it? It was a gun. And very likely the one that had been used to shoot Henri.
Aha! So, what have we here? L'Américain, Monsieur Stobart. You will rue the day you crossed my path, because now you are caught in my net like a little red herring.
Inspector, I'm investigating the robbery.
No, monsieur. You are breaking and entering an innocent storeroom.
I found the murder weapon.
Found? No. Planted? Yes. Moo, arrest this man and take him to the station. I shall squeeze you, Monsieur Stobart, until your pips squeak.
Oh dear, that's humorous.
Thanks, Ronnie. I just wish I'd got some better shots of the killer.
Are you kidding? That stuff from the hip, very dramatic. You did good, Nico.
So, what's next?
Get me an interview with the owner, and you've got Sunday's front page.
I'm on it already.
Keep me up to speed. Let me know before you write anything up, okay?
Of course. Oh, gotta go. Someone at the door.
Who's there?
Monsieur?
Are you Nicole Collard?
Yes, can I help you?
I need to sit down.
You'd better come in.
No hurry, it's fine, I'll wait. Best see what he wants, eh?
Would you like a glass of wine?
Yes, those stairs are a nightmare.
We'll have some wine, because that will make them less of a nightmare when you're going back down them.
That's better.
So, what can I do for you, monsieur?
My name is Tiago Marquez.
He looks like a
I
Tiago.
saw your report on the robbery. I found your address. I came straight away. I needed to see you.
And why is that?
The stolen painting, La Malédiction. It belongs to me.
Ronnie had wanted me to interview the owner, and now here he was. Or rather, he was somebody who claimed to be the owner.
Tell me more. Strange old man.
So the stolen painting is yours? Tell me more.
She says it as well, like a Grease film.
Malédiction belonged to my family in Catalonia in the 30s, before the Civil War.
So what was it doing here in Paris?
The fascists stole it in 1938. They killed my father, but not me. I escaped. I have been looking for it ever since. You have to help me find it.
Tell me about yourself, Marquez.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Tiago Marquez, the rightful owner of La Malédiction. What else is there to tell?
You traveled all the way from Catalonia?
No, since the war, I've lived in France, in the southwest. And now I want the painting back.
No, you don't want much, do you?
You've got my attention, but if I'm to help you, I need more to go on.
I have something. This old photograph. It is of me and my family. See the painting above the fireplace?
Yes, it's La Malédiction. The photograph suddenly appeared to link the old man to the painting.
You took the photographs at that robbery, huh?
I did, yes.
I need to see them.
Why?
Please, I must see them.
All right. Here they are.
She only took 4? I guess it's better than none.
This shot didn't come out too well.
It's perfect.
Perfect?
Finally, La Malédiction in all its splendor. The lines, the color, the detail. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Then take it. That shot is no good to me.
Really? Thank you, mademoiselle.
He's easily pleased.
This is the best shot I took. They used it in the paper.
Yes, it is how I recognize La Malédiction. My painting.
What, under a robber's arm with a gun in his hand?
Looked like the one in your photograph.
So close, but now it is lost again.
This one was rejected. Georges got in the way. Typical.
Who is this George?
Just a friend. He insured the painting.
So, he will know who is this liar who claims to own my painting.
I don't think he does. He would have told me.
I'm kind of mortified that Nico only considers me a friend.
Here's the thief making off with the painting.
What is that tattoo on his arm?
Looks like a skull and crossbones. Headhunters,
You will find him, and then you will find my painting.
I can try, monsieur.
You must, mademoiselle.
Nothing else, I guess?
So you are certain that this is the same painting?
Of course, I do not make mistakes.
Marquez's story was very interesting, but I needed to corroborate it. I wondered if the gallery kept ownership records. And while I didn't wholly trust him, this was the one lead that I didn't want to lose. Where are you staying?
What? Nowhere. Here, perhaps.
I didn't want him to stay in my apartment. There was another solution. My neighbor is out of town for a few days. You could stay there.
Yes, that would be good. Thank you.
Great, let's go.
You just offered out your neighbour's apartment to a stranger. What kind of a world do we live in?
Adam said that he would leave the spare key under the mat.
Well, I think I'll check around the door frame then. Lols.
My neighbor had left a key for me under the doormat. Which reminded me I hadn't watered his plants for a week. The key wasn't there.
What? Oh. I think it's pretty obvious as to where it is.
The gap was wide, but not wide enough for my fingers.
I'm going to take a risk and say that you're going to use your press card with the chewing gum attached to it. Because your phone ain't going to get that out of there.
Using the sticky chewing gum, I was able to fish out the key.
Well, I'm so glad that came in handy, Nico. Ugh.
This will do.
Glad it's up to standard. I have to go out, monsieur. Ronnie had promised me the front page if I got an interview with the painting's owner. And here was a crazy Spaniard claiming to be just that.
It's not very
I
nice.
needed to find out
Crazy
who put the
Spaniard.
painting up for sale. Maybe there was more to find at the gallery.
Maybe so.
Len was sitting outside the cafe. He looked dazed.
Okay, we'll do this particular segment with Lane, and then I think I will call for the evening until our next stream on Wednesday. But we'll continue with this, I think. But for now, let's just have a conversation with this guy and see what happens.
Hello, Monsieur Len.
Ah, the delectable Nicole Collard, super sleuth. How may I be of service?
I was hoping I'd find you here.
Always available for a lovely lady such as yourself.
Well, thank you.
Henri's death, it must be so very hard for you.
Yes, I shall miss him deeply. We had such a very special relationship. The loss is so hard to endure, even for a man of such inner strength as myself.
Lol. I've got to stop saying that.
What do you know about the owner of La Malédiction?
That was Henri's business. He found the painting and did the deal with the owner.
Would anybody else know anything about the owner?
Not likely. He kept especially quiet about that one. But he always kept a manifest for every exhibition.
Okay, tell me about the manifest then, please. Lane?
You mentioned a manifest. How would one get a look at that?
One might start in the office. That's where Henri kept most of his paperwork.
I know the office. It's in the gallery.
I'm writing a follow-up piece on the gallery theft.
Ah, so you need an inside view. Authoritative.
Something like that.
The police have finished in the gallery. We could chat in the office. It's much more comfortable. More intimate.
Oh, God.
I might even be able to rustle up a little bottle of champagne.
Will you, please? Yes, let's do that.
That sounds great.
We can discuss my ordeal over a glass of champagne.
A cozy chat with Lane was the last thing I wanted. But it was my best hope if I wanted to get a look around the office. So, what are we waiting for?
She's obviously lying. She wants a bit of Lane. He doesn't.
After you, my dear.
The place was heaving with junk. Finding what I wanted wouldn't be easy. As Lane sat down, something stuck out from beneath the cushion. It looked like a folder. Whatever it was, the police had missed it. I needed to get it.
Come, join me on the couch. I'm ready for you.
That makes me sick.
You will be gentle with me, won't you?
Oh, I'm never gentle, Monsieur Lane.
Oh. Oh. Do call me Hector.
Shudder.
Lane hadn't noticed the folder.
A nice cozy camera angle there, I see.
Who would? The only way to get hold of it was to distract him.
Right, so we need to get hold. Is that the folder? Ah, yeah, okay. Just underneath the couch there. Did I just put that in his face? I don't think that will work somehow, but let's talk to him.
Monsieur Lane?
Hector, please.
I see Henri had a statue of himself.
Yes, for a man of high aspiration, he had alarmingly low taste. Nevertheless, I shall miss him. We were like family.
What will happen to this place now?
Henri's widow will decide, poor soul. She may find it in her heart to keep me around.
Oh, I'm sure she will.
Don't think that's going to serve as a meaningful distraction, so let's ask him about Champagne.
Oh, Hector. Perhaps I will join you in that glass of champagne.
But of course, champagne, nature's balm in troubled times.
I was going to say, she did not put it in a pocket. That would be ridiculous. But it means... Oh, right, I see what's happening here. We can now use this, I guess.
To new friends.
To
Oopsie.
love. Oh, mon Dieu, that is so cold!
Oops, silly me. I am so sorry.
I'll have to dry this off. Don't you worry, my dear.
Go, 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 go.
In the folder was a list of all the paintings in the exhibition. La Malediccio had to be there. It was. And next to it was the owner's name, Mr. Medovsky. The police had obviously not spotted the folder. I put it back. I had what I needed for my story.
I know, right?
Monsieur Lane.
Lane and
thanks
Nico, they would totally make such a good
But
couple.
I think I hear my editor.
I mean, look at
calling.
him. He's so manly.
Ma chérie, no need to leave
And
so
not
soon.
disgusting in the
It's
slightest.
only a little spillage.
And I found out who claims to own La Malediccio. Some guy named Medovsky. Sounds Russian, right?
Medovsky, my God.
Who is he?
He's new on the oligarch block. Fresh into London from Russia, with ambition and a bloody reputation. Collard, this is way over your head. I'm gonna put a more experienced crime journalist on the story. I can't afford for you to get hurt.
Relax, Ronnie. This is my story. Leave it with me. Let's discuss it over lunch tomorrow.
Okay. But don't do anything more. See you tomorrow.
Don't do anything more.
Ronnie didn't trust me on this story, but I wasn't going to let him give it to someone else. I was going to have to move fast. Come in.
George?
Hi, George. Great to see you.
Hope you don't mind me just dropping in.
No, not at all. How are you getting on?
Pretty good. I found the gun that was used in the robbery.
I'm impressed.
Yeah? Well, Nave wasn't. He accused me of trying to plant it, and then of being involved in Henri's death. Then he threw me into a cell. He couldn't make a stick, of course, so he had to let me go this morning. But he's convinced I'm involved. So if I put a foot wrong, he'll nail me next time. But, hey, on the bright side, have I got a story for you?
I wanted to hear it.
Annette, the manager at Vera Security...
Oh, no
lied
need.
about
I
the
played
other
it.
company. When I pieced together that shredded letter, I got a name. Medovsky.
Medovsky. That's the same guy who claims to own La Malediccio.
What? He owns the painting and Vera Security? He has to be the one behind this whole scam.
You're telling me? We have to be sure.
More visitors.
What the?
Oh, Tiago, George, Tiago, you know.
I cannot sleep on that bed. It is too soft.
George, this is Senor Marquez.
Nice to meet you.
So you are this George, huh?
Senor Marquez is staying in the apartment across the hall. Apparently, he's the real owner of La Malediccio.
What? I thought you said Medovsky was the owner.
Senor Marquez claims the painting was stolen from his family during the Spanish Civil War.
Really? Do you have any proof?
Marcel, massive thank you for tuning in, man. Really appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Hopefully speak to you again soon, mate. Good night. Okay, so we're looking at a really old photo.
Who is this?
My father. When they came for us in 38, I fled with my mother. But my father was not so lucky.
Which must make him the child.
Who's this?
My mother. A good woman. A saint.
Let's confirm.
How can we prove this is you as a child?
The dates would tie up, George.
That doesn't help.
I was sure there would be clues in the photograph. That's definitely La Malediccio hanging on the wall?
It belonged to my family, so it belongs to me.
If the painting really was stolen during the 1930s, then this Medovsky guy has no legitimate claim to it. But how can I be sure that you're the boy in that picture?
I can prove it. Look at my father in the photograph. You see the medallion he's wearing? He gave it to me just before he died. This medallion has been in our family for hundreds of years.
That is a pretty funky looking medallion.
It's definitely the same medallion. A snake eating its own tail. That's also on the painting.
Ouroboros.
It is the Ouroboros.
Yeah, or however he said it.
The Ouroboros. It is a sign of my people, my family, my faith. The Gnostics. My father was a Gnostic leader. La Malediccio is sacred to the Gnostics. Hence they both display the Ouroboros.
A priest I met said the painting was the devil's work. A thing of evil.
Ha! He would say that. Do not believe all you hear from the church. Whatever you think, the painting is mine.
If Marquez was the true owner of Malediccio, then Medovsky had no legal claim to it. Might be tough to prove, but if I could, we wouldn't have to pay out on the insurance. So, if the painting belongs to you, how did Medovsky get it?
The fascists stole it. It went to Madrid, then Berlin, then, after the war, to Moscow. After that, it was lost, until now.
We need to talk to this Medovsky, but how do we find him?
Probably by talking to Nico. Actually, yeah, we'll do Nico first.
Hey, Nico?
Yes, George?
What do we know about this Medovsky character?
Ronnie said he was dangerous and very rich. He claims to be the owner of La Malediccio.
And appears to be the boss of Vera's security who were supposed to protect it. Now that kind of figures. The best way to steal something is to get hired to look after it. But why steal a painting you already own?
We need to talk to this guy.
To do that, we need to find him.
He's probably in Russia.
So let's go over what we know about the thief.
Okay, well, he had a distinctive tattoo on one arm.
And his helmet had Waterloo Motors across it.
Not a lot to go on.
You said the thief had a tattoo.
On his arm, it was a skull and crossbones with headhunters written around it.
We need to track down Waterloo Motors.
Have you tried the internet?
I've been kind of busy.
Okay, let's have a look. Waterloo Station, Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo Kebabs, Waterloo Sunset. Ah, here we go. Waterloo Motors. It's a garage in London. I'll send the number to your phone.
Oh, somebody's messaged me. I wonder who. I'm guessing that means we need to call them.
Waterloo Motors.
Hi,
How can I help you?
my name is George Stobart. I'm investigating a murder that was committed here in Paris.
What's that got to do with us?
Everything.
The guy we're looking for was wearing a helmet with Waterloo Motors on it.
Oh, yeah. It's a very popular helmet.
I don't suppose you know who might have bought one?
Well, not unless you've got any more information, mate.
The killer had a tattoo.
Oh, sorry.
Said,
Premature aid. God damn it.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he bought one of our helmets just the other day.
terrific. Do you know his name?
Nah. He brings his boss's Merc here to have it serviced. Word to the wise, though. I hear he don't mess about. The car's registered on Dutchy Street, if there's any help. I mean, that's all I know, mate, sorry.
No, that's more than enough. You've been a great help. Thanks for your time.
See ya.
Bingo!
Good work. That has to be the guy. And now we've got his address.
How about a trip to London?
I thought you'd never ask. Senor Marquez, will you be okay here?
The bed is uncomfortable, but it will do. Come back quickly with the painting, eh?
Okay, if you say so, old man. Well, clearly that's the aim of the game, so I guess we will.
London cabbies. Gotta love them.
Why?
The place.
They're
Here
the
on
same as any other cabbie you've ever met. Actually, that's not true.
To afford a place like this in London, you've got to be good at something.
Gotta say, that's a beautiful backdrop there.
So, we clear on how we're going to do this?
Yeah, we're two insurance investigators, see? We finagle our way inside, butter Madovsky up, and then get the dirt on him, right?
Finagle?
Yeah, finagle. You remember how to finagle, don't you, Nico?
George, how could I ever forget?
Good, because I suspect we're gonna need Major League Fanoodling to get in this one.
You got it.
Major League Fanoodling. Indeed. However, that will be for our stream on Wednesday, I think. Because nearly 11:30 in the evening here in the UK, and yeah, been streaming for a couple of hours now, really enjoyed it. Seems like a nice point to call it. We will pick this up on our Wednesday stream. So with that, I would like to thank you all ever so much for watching. Every single person that's tuned in this evening across the 3 platforms on which we're streaming right now, Mixer, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you so much for checking the channel out. If you've said hi in chat, massive appreciation, and props to those guys as well. Reese, Finney, Marcel, thanks guys. If you want to pop in on Wednesday, that would be awesome. Always good to talk to you. If you do like the stuff, as always, keep an eye on Twitter, just because I post impromptu streams over there when we're going to do them. It's a little bit, it's not so often these days, just because we seem to have a good schedule going with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing, but you never know. It's a thing to keep your eye on anyway. With that, anyway, I'm going to say good night. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Please consider following the channel if you're not already, and tune into the stream on Wednesday. My name is Ricky, you're watching Funky Gamer, and I'll speak to you again very soon.